to my hand and don't let go. Once more into the fire, once more into the burning flames, once more into the fray. But I swear we're gonna be okay. I can see it on the horizon, spray painted in black and blue. I can feel the storm winds rising. Can you feel them too? Rain pouring, the sky's falling, lightning strikes and thunder rolls. But just hold on to my hand and don't let go. Once more into the fire, once more into the burning flames, once more into the fray. But I swear we're gonna be okay. Rain pouring, the sky's falling, lightning strikes and thunder rolls. But just hold on to my hand and don't let go.
This tree and clearing is at the very back of our property. The fog that you see beyond it really kind of starts right at the edge, and there's an open, clear-cut hillside there where wildlife likes to hang out. They do come in and use our woods. This is my favorite tree. It's just so cool. All the moss growing on it and the gnarly branches, and I don't know how healthy it is or how long it'll be here, but it does still get leaves every year, and this is one of my happy places. It's a very cool spot to be. It's very private, it's quiet except for the wildlife. It's gotten a little overgrown over this last year. This whole area here with the small trees and underbrush and the ferns, this was all clear. Actually hard to see from this perspective. Let me move up here. Another cool tree over there. Also very gnarly. But you can kind of see a little better here. All this smaller brush in the foreground was not here last year. We want to clear all of that out and actually have enough space here for a small camping area. And then there's the trail leading back. If we turn around to the side, this side all needs to be cleared out too, all the understory. It's just such a cool place. I don't even mind being out here in the rain. It's raining today. My son was kind enough to come back and clear some of the path for me because there's multiple trails, and there's one that goes around and loops back to this tree also, and then you should be able to go back on this trail, but coming from that one. But we couldn't get through last time we tried, so he was a trooper and came out and cleared it for me. I just love this tree. Look at this. I really wish the trees could talk, tell us their stories. Like, how does this happen? Was this multiple trees that grew together? There's weird places where like branches started to grow and then didn't. There's moss all over it. Just look how thick and textured that bark is. There's so much moss that there's ferns growing out of the moss up in the branches. And another tree in the background there. That one's leaning, it'll probably have to come down. And then there's this one over here. Also very much leaning and probably has to come down, but it's kind of a shame because it's very cool. Let me see if I can get a good view of the hillside. Oops, sorry. There's like old bricks and stuff back here, kind of under the leaf cover, so I gotta be careful. And this is coming coming under the big tree limbs towards the back here, out to that open cut hillside. Somebody logged it somewhere along the way. Kind of puts us in a little bowl back here. There's that curved tree. It does go up, but I don't know. It makes me a little nervous. Some of the branches on this really cool tree make me nervous too. I'm standing under one right now and I feel like maybe I shouldn't be. Like that branch. Right, I can't even get it. There we go. I mean, the video doesn't do it justice. It's probably 1.5 feet or more thick. I just can't even imagine how old this tree is. Look at that. It's the coolest thing. So places like this and others, this is church for me. This is where I come to meditate, to think, to do spell work sometimes. Basically an equivalent of prayer. That's what I do here. You definitely can find me hugging trees sometimes because they're just cool. They kind of talk to me. Or that looks like maybe several trees grew together. Imagine, I can't imagine how old this tree must be, how many stories it could tell. I mean, if it's a century old, think of how much has happened in a century here. How much technology has happened and the way people live. When other people came back here to this tree, what were they wearing? What was important to them? How did they live? Did anybody come in to this tree? There was no home here. Our home wasn't built until 1974, along with 6 others all in a row the land was divided into 5-acre parcels at the same time. That's a little bit that I don't talk about very much. I haven't until now, is my spirituality. I am pagan and I follow an earth-centered spiritual path. I would not call it a religion. I don't do doctrine or dogma. I just don't. It's about the cycles and the seasons for me, and where gods and goddesses come in, that's all mythology and it's symbolic, and I use that sometimes for focus, but I really believe that there is maybe a divine or supernatural being, but I don't believe that it's one entity. I believe it has both male and female attributes, and that a small part of the divine lives inside of every person, every natural thing, every living tree and plant and animal, every stone, and it's kind of a collective consciousness kind of thing. So anything I do to other people, I'm doing to myself. It's a cycle of life. I am not Wiccan. No offense to any who are. I just choose not to follow doctrine or dogma that someone else wrote and prescribed. I really try to listen to nature and think for myself and commune with forces we don't all really understand. And above all, I do my very best not to cause harm, especially to people. I mean, everything we do in this world causes a chain reaction of other things to happen. It's impossible to walk through this world and not cause harm you may or may not even know anything about, because domino effect, it may happen way down the line. But you can at least be intentional about your actions and do your best not to cause harm, and for sure don't purposely cause harm. I'm an imperfect being. I definitely don't always get to haven't anyway, always gotten that right, but I still keep trying my best. So that's a little bit about me and my spirituality on a rainy day in an Oregon forest in my backyard. That's all for today. We'll see you on the next video.
Horizon, spray painted in black and blue. I can feel the storm winds rising. Can you feel them too? Rain pouring, the sky's falling.